Sunflower Diversified Services provides supports for nearly 150 adults and young people in case management, residential, and day support services. Sunflower's philosophy says is that all people, regardless of their disability, have the responsibility as well as the right to work, earn, and support themselves. Hi, I'm Ledeska Makings. Everyone calls me Decky. I'm the Chief Operations Officer and Director of Adult Services here at Sunflower Diversified Services. For those individuals with disabilities that are looking for community employment, Sunflower provides a comprehensive community employment job coaching service. We work with the local vocational rehabilitation services, and we find jobs for individuals like Tate Sharman, who came to work at Water's True Value almost a year ago, enjoys his job. Tate works part-time, and he supplements his income by working for us out at the manufacturing plant.
And our job coach, Jenny, helped me get a job at Water's True Value, and I do janitorial, and I really like it, and everybody's nice and that to me over here, and I really...
He, as with all of the folks that we serve here at Sunflower, does not have a schedule that might be typical for anyone else that we work for here at Sunflower. We work for people who have part-time jobs in the community, work at Sunflower part-time, people who have full-time jobs in the community. Whatever that person is looking for and needs, our community employment staff will help them succeed. We do job readiness training. Our job coaches teach classes in very basic concepts in how to get a job, how to keep a job, how to work well at that job. Everything from what should I wear, how do I write a resume, how do I fill out an application, how do I participate in an interview in a productive manner. Those classes are very important to those folks that are working at getting jobs in the community. One of the services that we provide is for people in a work environment. Because in a small community it is so difficult to find jobs that can be adapted for people with developmental disabilities, Sunflower for many years has maintained a manufacturing plant. Over the years we have diversified that service. In a typical year we may do well over 200 different kinds of simple assembly contracts for over 50 companies in the area. We attempt to structure our manufacturing plant in a way that it is as typical as it can be when compared with other manufacturing locations. Many of the people that we serve are working towards developing the skills and developing a resume so that they are eligible for community employment. And we work with people in community settings as well. Many people have part-time jobs in the community and work at our manufacturing plant to supplement their income. For years, Sunflower Diversified was a very large pallet producer. We, about 15 years ago, determined that not everyone wants to build pallets, so we began identifying new contracts with a wider variety of skills required and a wider variety of products that we could provide to the community. We still do some woods. We still build some pallets for a couple of our very loyal old customers. We also do specialty pallets for companies that may need a pallet that is a very specific size or type. As part of our woods program, we also have developed a fairly large niche market. You may wonder sometimes where a small block of wood might come from that is in the bottom of a crate that the bolts from the equipment can fit into so they don't poke a hole in the bottom of the crate. Those little blocks of wood with a hole in it are something that we produce. Anyone that has any particular need, no matter how outlandish, if you will call us, we can probably figure out how to do that. Sunflower looks for contracts that are multi-step and that are very labor-intensive and difficult to mechanize. A company may have trouble mechanizing a certain process, or they may have a product need that is very short-lived where they need a lot of labor to provide that particular product. We have the labor force here, and we can do that. We also do some work for various companies around the area where we might send a crew to them. They have a need for additional help or for a specialized group of people to come in and perform a task for them. We send our staff, they learn the job, they perform the job at their manufacturing location. You will notice that the folks that we serve here are wearing hearing and eye safety equipment. Sunflower's safety record far exceeds the industry standards in all of the items that we work on here. We're very careful with things, and our staff again are creative in providing jigging, providing adaptations that make the equipment extremely safe. Our staff is so incredibly creative at adapting equipment that when a young man who is blind came to us and said he wanted to operate one of the large saws, their simple response was no problem. And they were able to adapt it and build it to a point that there was no way he could get hurt while he was operating it. And he felt very good about being one of the people that operate the heavy equipment. One of the manufacturing companies that we work for on a regular basis is Fuller Brush. This is the beater bar out of their non-electric floor sweeper. Again, this fits our model of multi-step, labor-intensive assembly jobs. We start with an empty tube, and an end cap has to go on the tube. And then fins are cut to be slid into it. The fins are inserted into the tube. Denver needs a little help with seeing the tube, so we have a magnifier that assists him. Iola needs a little bit of help holding the tube still. So again, our staff are just so creative and coming in very simple jigs that allow Iola to place the fins where they need to be, even though one of her hands might not be able to grasp that tube real well. When the fins are inserted, another end cap goes on to hold the whole thing in place. They're counted and boxed and shipped up to Fuller Brush. Sunflower serves a number of people that have very good fine motor skills. So they love putting together puzzles. They love doing simple assembly items. And for those people, we provide jobs making doormats. And these doormats are made in a variety of sizes and shapes. Staff astonish me with the ability to take a picture of just about anything and turn it into a mat. We sell many of these. We use these for fundraisers. We've worked with the scout groups. They sell our mats as a fundraising item. It's a very good item for people to work. A company called Flame Engineering. One of the products that they produce is a propane torch kit that requires a very small amount of pipe grease in the kit. That pipe grease goes into these very small gelatin capsules. We fill hundreds of thousands of these capsules. Once again, our staff are extremely creative. We have a number of people that don't have the squeeze strength to produce this product. These very simple jigs, we are able to make as many of them as we need, so as many people as we want can go to work on this particular job. Again, if someone wants to do this job and they may be able to operate one of these jigs but don't have the manipulative skills to put the top on, we job carve, and maybe one person will fill the capsule and someone else will put the top on. Sunflower performs a number of clerical supports to area businesses as well as our own company. We do copying, we produce booklets for training. She is putting our name on our staff application forms. Another one of the contracts that we work on a regular basis for Flame Engineering is wrapping hoses. These hoses come to us in large boxes, tangled up like Christmas lights. And it's our job to sort them, straighten them, and wrap them into the configuration that's appropriate for the company that we're working for. We make figure eights, we make some round configurations. These hoses come in various sizes, various material styles. We even work occasionally on a hose that's bright red. Once the hoses are wrapped, they are stacked in large metal crates and we ship them up to Flame Engineering in La Crosse. If you'll look at the piece of equipment, you'll once again see an example of the great creativity of our staff in making these jobs possible for people that may have some physical limitations. Sunflower works on a number of contracts that are seasonal in nature. We work for a large industrial and agricultural tarp company from time to time. We also repair other mistakes. A company, for example, ordered in a large number of catalogs, and when they proofed the catalog, they missed a serious error on one of the inside pages. It was less expensive for them to ask us to take a sticker and place it over the picture on those 300,000 catalogs than to have to buy new catalogs. And we also fix things like companies that order large amounts of packing crate. They may have a change in a barcode, and instead of discarding all of those packing crates, they ask us to put a sticker over all of the barcodes. We have the labor force to do those things, and again, those are those short-term, labor-intensive kinds of contracts that are difficult to mechanize. One of our most exciting contracts, because it's such an intensive kind of job, is for a company called Premier. And Premier facilitates webcasts and teleconferences all over the world for companies like IBM. When they finish with a webcast or a teleconference, they provide each participant with a CD or a DVD of that teleconference. We'll receive an email with an attachment of a mailing list. We take that mailing list and start immediately producing mailing labels. A day or two later, large boxes of the DVDs or CDs will hit our Bay Area. From the time we receive those, we have 5 days, and there may be as many as 10,000 that need to be dispersed to companies and individuals all over the world. So it's a very intensive contract, and it's a lot of fun to be putting labels on things and shipping them off to Japan and Europe and so forth. Just as in any typical manufacturing plant, the people that work here at Sunflower have a 15-minute break in the morning, 15-minute break in the afternoon, and a half-an-hour lunch. Sunflower took over the area's recycling operation in 2000. We did that both as a way to give something back to the community that has supported us for so many years and to provide work for the people that we serve here at Sunflower. We have been able to get several KDHE grants. One of them built a large building that we will be looking at. One of them bought trucks. One of them bought some of the equipment that you will see when we go inside the building. Sunflower now processes about 3 million pounds of materials a year. We have trucks that go out and pick up materials at over 200 businesses in the 5-county area. We work with several small communities and have assisted them in getting grants of their own for roll-off equipment so that they could bring their recyclables to us easily. Sunflower picks up materials from a lot of small communities. We also have a drop-off location here in Great Bend. This is our processing plant. This is where all the materials come so that they can be processed and shipped out quickly and efficiently. You'll see people sorting materials and tearing apart hardback books. Sunflower is one of the only recycling facilities that accepts hardback books. The pages are torn out, the covers are taken apart, and even the cardboard in the covers is recycled. The sort is necessary because of the price that we are paid for the materials. The finer the sort by color of paper, by type of paper, the more we receive when we sell the materials. Sunflower also provides recycling services for several area post offices. One of the grants that Sunflower received from KDHE provided funds for us to buy this large industrial shredder. This shredder can shred large amounts of paper. It also handles DVDs, CDs, and VHS tapes. We do many commercial, confidential shredding contracts for area hospitals, attorneys, businesses. The materials come in locked boxes. It's put in this locked room next to the shredder, and it doesn't come out of that room until it's ready to go into the shredder for processing. This small vertical baler was purchased with grant funds. It produces small cardboard bales. It is so safe to operate that we have several teams of the people that we work for here that can operate this equipment safely. It is typical for us to hire people from the community without disabilities to operate this large baler. About 6 years ago, a young man in our day services asked that he be allowed to apply for one of our production worker jobs. He was in our community employment program. We were able to hire him, certify him to operate the equipment, and he has been working at this job now for 6 years, both as a client of Sunflower and as an employee of Sunflower. Sunflower Diversified provides a large general public transportation service. We provide rides to and from Great Bend to all 5 counties that we serve. Sunflower Diversified serves Barton, Rice, Rush, Stafford, and Pawnee counties. We also provide evening and weekend service on our Catch-A-Ride system. Last year we drove well over 300,000 miles, providing over 52,000 rides to people who would otherwise not have a way to get to medical appointments or to work or to the grocery store. This service is available not only to the people that we serve, but to all members of the community. Sunflower also provides non-general public transportation to the people that we serve. Many people would not have a way to get to see family that live out of town, and many of the activities that we do and the trips that we take are outside of our 5-county area, which requires that we use Sunflower's vehicles as opposed to the general public system. Sunflower provides comprehensive medical supports for nearly 100 adults with disabilities. That includes simple tasks such as making and coordinating medical appointments, making sure that people have transportation to those appointments, and supporting them through their medical care. Sunflower's medical supports have also ensured the administration of over 100,000 medications each year. One of the services that Sunflower provides is transition supports for young people that are moving from a school environment into the adult world. We work with the schools in our 5-county area and provide a place for young people to come and experience real work. They're paid for their work. Many of the young people that we work with here move directly into community employment. A number of other young people will come to work out here at our manufacturing plant in order to start building a resume. The state has a large waiting list for persons with developmental disabilities to get into actual services for their needs. For those people, we can provide an opportunity to come and have a place to work, have a place where they aren't going to lose the skills that they developed in their school years. Some of them have actually been able to move into community employment in order to be able to earn money and supplement their benefits. Sunflower offers a wide range of training for the people that we serve here, everything from circles training, which is a basic training teaching social skills for people. It helps them learn how to deal with people in various places in their lives, from those people that are very close to them to people that we call community helpers that are actually strangers but that will be providing services for them. They learn appropriate ways to talk to people, the appropriate amount of trust that they can have in people, appropriate touch. Do I shake hands with this person? Do I wave at this person? Is it appropriate for me to hug this person? They learn all of those aspects, and then we move into a more in-depth relationship class model that allows people to learn what it's going to be like to have a relationship with someone in a romantic fashion. One of the most important classes that we teach has to do with teaching people to advocate for themselves. One of the young men that we began working with a number of years ago came to us. He was so timid and would not stand up for himself. He was in a constant state of, I'm sorry that my existence is bothering the world. That young man we have worked with over the years to the point that he has now been appointed by the governor to be a member of the Kansas Council on Developmental Disabilities. This young man not only is able to advocate for himself now, he is also able to advocate and stand up for all people with developmental disabilities all across Kansas and the country. We have several other advocacy groups that Sunflower works with and community service groups, because the people that we serve learn that giving back to the community is an important part of being a member of a community. Our staff training includes basics like CPR, first aid. We teach a course called MANT, which is a course designed to help our staff assist individuals in controlling their own behaviors and learning how to deal with potentially combative situations or aggressive situations. The entire focus of the course is to avoid getting into any kind of physical altercation with people. We teach a lot of classes on basic behavior, on basic teaching. We have classes that we teach people that are about specific disability issues. There are well over 2,000 identified causes of disability, and those are just the genetic causes. It does not include all of the environmental causes and accidents and so forth that can happen that cause disability. Training on rights and responsibilities. For years and years, our field has worked to make sure that people with developmental disabilities have all of the rights that everyone else is entitled to. With every right comes a responsibility, and people with developmental disabilities have the same responsibilities that others do if they want to be an included part of the community and of society. Sunflower Diversified Services, the choice for growth.